We need. You're cleared for landing at Aquila City.
I spent significant time here meeting with smugglers. Brings back memories.
Need some work done? Hey, what can I do for you? Sure, have at it. Okay, no problem.
We need to be smarter, better in the way we handle the ash stuff. Hey, how have you been? Staying out of trouble? Well, whatever gets you through the day. I've had more than my fill of it for this lifetime. Things here have been... well, they're better. The ice has thawed a bit between me and Davis. We'll probably never be friends, but at least we're on speaking terms now. I think he finally appreciates the value of my research. Yeah, we're much better as a team, even if it is a cautiously engaged one. In fact, speaking of Davis, I have to confess, I'm a little worried about him. In analyzing the recent data, I've isolated readings suggesting that someone is making patrols far more often than in the recent past. I don't have any direct evidence, but I know it's Davis. It's gotta be. I'm worried that everything I've inadvertently put him through is kinda, I don't know, pushed him over the edge, or at least a little too close to it. No, he's not. He's out there at least 4.5 times as frequently. There's something else going on. I'm better with statistics and circuits than I am with people. I've already made a mess of this situation. Do you think you could go speak to him? If nothing else, it would ease my conscience.
That bank robbery sounded intense. Could have gone down. You do not want to go outside the city walls. The ash that will rip...
Oh, brother. Why is it every time I see your face, I bet a headache's gonna follow shortly after? All broken up about it, I'm sure. So what can I do for you? And there's the headache. Ah, that woman, I swear. Even though we've smoothed over most of the rough spots, she still manages to strike a nerve without even trying. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Not sure yet. When we were out there and we found that robot, obviously that threw me for a loop. Still can't believe one of my own people will pull a stunt like that, endangering us all. But the more I thought about it, that whole episode doesn't account for some of the tracks I saw out there. Too large, too spread out. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. If there's a bigger Ashta out there, something meaner than what we've seen so far, I have to know. I tell you what, if you and Kiona are worried, why don't you just come with me then? Either I get an extra gun in a fight, or you get to laugh at the old man and say, I told you so. I'll give you a chance to gear up if you need it. And, maybe grab the biggest gun you got, just in case. All right. You know, Keone showed me her data. She's a clever kid. She's got a lot of things figured out. I think we can make some real improvements in the future. She had a couple sets of data that she thought were erroneous or something. But it seems to me that it might not be. Bigger, faster, Ashta sounds like it matches up with the tracks I've seen. But I tell you, I'm hoping she's right and it's just a glitch. And no need to tell her I said that. Wouldn't want it going to her head. All right, here we are. Let's head this way. I remember a story from the first time I was here on Aquila. I had totally forgotten about it till recently. Every so often, we get independent types who think that they can succeed where everyone else has failed. Some of them stride off into the wilderness, certain that they're gonna make more credits than anyone in history. Mining, botany stuff, whatever. Warnings just don't get through to them. Most of them don't come back. But this one-time miner from some corporation or other, he drags himself back into the city bloody and half dead. Claimed he seen an Ashta big as a house out there. The older guys all said he was delirious, and me, well, I was new as anything and just listened to him. Now, though, I'm wondering if maybe it wasn't just blood loss and heat stroke. Maybe he really did see something. Maybe I should have come out here a long time ago. Shit, that's gotta be it! No matter what happens, you make it back to the city and tell them about this. You hear me?
Meet your abilities are amazing.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think we were gonna make it through that. If you hadn't been with me, no way I'd be standing right now.
We were here specifically to ensure you remain standing.
You are something else, you know that? We got out alive this one time. That's good. But this ain't gonna be the last time we have to deal with this. Now that we know these things are out here, we need to track them and keep them out of populated areas. And that plan is gonna need everybody. So, I'm gonna swallow my pride a bit here and ask you to go tell Keone what we found. Let her know that her data wasn't an error and that she needs to focus on it. Looks like I can still learn a thing or two. Thanks again for saving my ass.
I see you wearing that neuroamp. We'll try any of that mind control voodoo on these guys.
So, what happened? No, he didn't. There's no way Davis would say that, even if it's true. But it is true, isn't it? My data was accurate. You know, I was really hitting a point where I was starting to think maybe this was all a mistake, that I stuck my nose into something I shouldn't have. Davis was so certain they had everything under control that they didn't want or need my help. But they did, didn't they? Yeah, you're right. If anything, this has proven I should trust my instincts. I need to get to work on this immediately. But while I've been sitting around, I whipped up a little something for you. I thought it was funny. Now that I'm giving it to you, I'm hoping it's not in really poor taste. Anyway, thank you. Again. Ecologies are living things. They move, change.
Sarah Filburn and her brother-in-law Henry were going at it again. I had to tell them to keep the racket down.
We got a lot of bars in the city, all class joints. Well, except Aggie's.
Hey, deputy.
Excuse me.
The Settled Systems News Network.
Long-lost family on board an antique colony ship.
It's always nice to come home after a long trip.
It's too late for that.
Anything I can... Got anything you need to offload? Sure, have at it.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Up and away.
Maneuvering into position. And we are now in stable orbit. Touchdown imminent. Yes?
What is your scanner review?
hope you can succeed at that before we are discovered. The crater provides excellent coverage, both environmental and defensive. Smart.
Always looking for the next mark.
There might be something of value here.
Glad you're in the fleet. If you weren't, I would have killed you already.
Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet.
Does the UC really think Sys Def scares us?
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets. Terminal on the catwalk. Worth investigating, if heights do not bother you. How quickly can you get that done?
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
You know what they say. One man's trash is... Well, perhaps now is not the time. In my experience, laboratories like this rarely produce anything benign.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good. Glad you're in the fleet. If you want, I would have killed you already.
Always looking for the next mark.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Does the UC really think SysDev scares us?
Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet. I swear, if my gun jams one more time, piece of junk.
Another way through here. Unsure where it leads. We can always just grab things and evaluate them later.